The Moment of Truth was a game show hosted by Mark L. Wahlberg. In the show, contestants are asked numerous questions which gradually increase in difficulty due to the fact that these questions became more and more personal, revealing secrets and personal experiences. Now, this wouldn't be too bad, except for the fact that during the episode, the contestants had family and their friends sitting nearby on stage.
No, I wouldn't get myself question.
Question 9. Have you ever been upset by your sister Melissa winning a beauty pageant?
Wow. Well, Melissa did win a couple pageants.
This is a very light question compared to what was featured on the show. However, you can clearly sense the tension behind the cameras. The contestants are hooked to a polygraph, and the more questions you answer truthfully, the more money you win. So when watching footage for the show, I could only think, wow, I don't think my family would have been able to be as calm as some of these guests were. I mean, episode 5 literally has one of the contestants' ex-boyfriends come out on stage and ask her this.
So, ex-boyfriend Frank? Once again, question 15.
Do you believe I'm the man you should be married to?
Her husband was right there. How could anyone... Anyways, back on track. The host was spoken to, and even in the show, clearly doesn't want the contestant to continue with the question. Immediately, the show began to become controversial. Now, a lot of you must be saying, clickbait, there's no lost media here. Well, here's where things get dicey. Season 2, episode 10, or 9, I see a whole lot of different sites saying these two numbers. Either way, this episode is a whole story on its own. Now, a lot of this can be considered lost media. I mean, hell, I can't even find that many episodes or clips on YouTube, much less the weird websites available. Like I said, most of the show is considered lost media, but this episode may be the hardest one to find. In the episode, we see contestant Melanie Williams, whose episode is probably the most controversial of them all. Her final question and her story created a doubt on whether or not to even air the episode.
Let's go.
Yes?
Yeah, we're going for it.
Okay. For $500,000, Melanie Williams. Question 21. Do you believe your father, as an adult, has ever had sexual relations with a minor?
Now, most of the details on this episode are seemingly unknown, as 90% of the episode is lost in the depths of television. Melanie goes on to answer that yes, her father in fact had sexual relations with a minor as an adult. Now, I did quite a bit of digging myself and only found pieces of information and the clip of Melanie's final question on YouTube, which I will leave a link to the full clip down below. Most of the sources state that Melanie revealed a lot of information on her life growing up in a polygamous or multiple bride religion. This information revealed includes things like Melanie stating that when she was just 14 years old, her father wedded her to a 73-year-old man. How could someone care so little about their own daughter? Now, as for what happened after the show, it would seem that Melanie had some more words to say herself. Melanie made a post in a blog on January 7th, 2011, stating some more information. I won't read everything here, but I will leave a link to the post in the description. In the blog, she further elaborates on some issues brought up in questions answered on the show. In the blog, she states that she asked her father if she could go on the show, to which he replied yes. She also specifies her family's religion being the FLDS, or Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. Melanie further states that her father lied on the show about the underage girl he married being 17. Melanie says that the fourth wife, named Joy, was only 14 when she wedded Melanie's father. The blog post even has some comments and responses from Melanie herself. Again, I won't show all responses, but there's a couple that stand out. This response states a few things. 1. Melanie's dad was not charged with anything after the episode aired, due to a 10-year expiration date on felonies in Utah. And 2. According to Melanie, Fox sold season 3's episodes to other countries. Now I couldn't find any info on that, but if anyone knows anything else, please let me know. Another response Melanie made gives her reason for being on the show in the first place, but it's the lines describing her arranged marriage that make my blood boil. Melanie states that she was also writing a book about what really happened when she was 15 and a 73-year-old man drove her to another state and refused to drive her home. The man wanted to get a room at a casino. She states that her dad didn't seem to care about her welfare, and she claims that he even laughed at her when she was in tears of fear-seeking protection. Melanie seemed to stop responding to comments within just a few months after posting. Now I know we only focus on a small portion of this show, but Melanie Williams' episode should show us why this show is abandoned so fast. However, what I did watch of this show became very entertaining, yet hard to watch. Some of the first few episodes can be found on YouTube, but no matter where I look, I cannot find a crumb of Season 3 and can only scavenge clips of Season 2. The show may not seem like a priority for anyone to find, but I would love to see what more was confessed on the show. What was so bad that the producers refused to air it in the States? For now, we're only left to wonder. If you made it to the end of this rabbit hole of information, I thank you. Now, a lot of you may realize that this is my first video, so any like, comment, or sub would just be awesome. And please, feel free to comment or let me know of some more Lost Media or stories to cover. Thank you so much for viewing. Signing out.